Good morning and welcome. This is I would say the first introductory episode. And I am so excited to be here. I may not sound like it, but I am. What better time to start than the new year? We all got our New Year's resolutions going on. We all want to be somebody different. We all got a plan for what we got going on in 2025. But the first thing I want you to start off with in 2025 is the question of who are you? And what I mean by that is if you was to walk into a room today and somebody was to ask you, who are you? As opposed to what mark you leave on the world or what you offer, what would come to mind for you? Is it what you've done in life? Is it your accomplishments? Is it who people have told you are through compliments or whatever the case may be? Or will you simply just say your name? Because a lot of us stop at our name when it comes to who we are. But a key step to getting to where you're going and figuring that out is first knowing who you are and understanding that. Prepare for life, you find out that you can easily tackle and handle things that are thrown at you instead of just kind of being all over the place. I know me, before I got to the point in life where I am now, everything was why is this happening? Yes, granted, nobody walked up and said this is how it's supposed to be done, so we've all had to figure it out. Some people, silver spoon, whatever the case, and they had it, but I guarantee you they still made choices and mistakes along the way that had to lead them to figuring out who they were. This space is to let you know that you are not alone, that you're not the only one trying to figure that out. Sometimes we need a little bit more help and push than we think we do, because if you surrounded by your thoughts and negativity and only the things that you see instead of latching on to something that's going to allow you to see a greater picture, you're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay in the same cycle. For some people, that's not reading. For some people, that's watching stuff that doesn't correctly align with the life you want. A lot of times, we want to figure it out, but we're scared, fear, failure, scared of how people going to see us, scared of how we going to show up when we actually show up. Even myself, anybody that knows me know that I'm into, beauty, that I'm into business, into being, goofy, quirky. So my family and friends, you send me or say stuff to me that aligns with what they see me doing daily as I do them. People are only going to treat you by what they get from you or see you putting out. It's the whole connotation of looking homeless. And what I mean by that is, we know how the homeless people look. They got on 4, 5, 6, 7 pants. They got on 3 jackets with a t-shirt on top. They got on a cut-off sweatshirt with holes, the neck around their ear, finger through the underarm portion, whatever you want to call it. We know what homeless look like. So that's a huge part of showing up for yourself and for who you align to be. Change your wardrobe. Change the things you input into your life. Start listening to podcasts. Start reading more books. Start watching videos that align with some of the things that you would like to plan for yourself, that's going to teach you how to plan. Come here because I am going to help you get to where you're trying to go, even while trying to help myself. I'm not all the way there. I know who I am and I know where I'm trying to go. And on that journey, I don't shy away from the fact that I'm going to make mistakes too, but I'm prepared for those mistakes. And if I'm not, I'm going to keep going. Because that's what I want for me in my life. I don't want to give up anymore. I don't want to just stay stagnant, and I don't want to just be lackadaisy in what I could be doing, even with myself. There's talents that I would have loved to put out. You have to stick to one thing, guide yourself in who you're becoming, who you are, and then focus on the other stuff. For those of you who don't already know who you are, this journey is not going to be necessarily easy. You're going to have some self-reflection that's going to really make you challenge yourself. And to be honest with you, if you're not challenging yourself, you're not working hard enough. So, welcome to the fun side. Because if that's not for you, then stick around. It will become for you. This room is for everybody, regardless of where you're at in life. Because even if you don't resonate with what I'm saying now, you're going to resonate with it later. And even if you already understand what I'm saying now, you still may be able to pick up things that can help you be more productive or resonate and give words and feedback to others that may need that productivity. It kind of goes back to having a signature brand. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Nike. If you see a black chick, you're going to think Nike. Does your name ring bells? Does your name alone leave an impression? And I get it. That might not be everybody's goal. That might not be everybody's want out of life. But regardless of what you feel like you want out of life as opposed to what you want to put into life is exactly what you're going to get back. So give a little, get a little, give a lot, get a little. I grew up in church, but in my days of trying to figure out who I was as an adult, I made a lot of mistakes that I probably didn't make and probably went through a lot of more mental things such as depression and so on and so forth that I probably could have easier navigated if I would have knew who I was. So for me, I know who I am, but I want to be better with the person that I want to be when it comes to the will of God. To some of y'all, that's this. And that's okay, because when you get to that point in life, when you truly let go of some of the things that you think make you who you are now, you're really going to find out who you really are. With that being said, a lot of times, we feel like we got to have a social status. You don't know what you want out of life and who you are, you always going to end up in the wrong places and you always going to chase the wrong things. On top of understanding and knowing who you are, you have to also have a plan for yourself. For all the people that just kind of wake up and do life, I guarantee you, they feel like life happens to them. Oh, why me? Why did this happen? I can't save. I don't never have them. Versus being prepared for life. Preparedness equals execution. Anytime you are properly prepared to do anything you properly plan out, is always going to make you more prepared for the next step. Prime example. If you know you're forgetful, but you have places that you have obligated yourself to be or would like to be, put it on your calendar. They have calendars for a reason where you can literally type in what you want. You put an alarm on it that says the name of the event. You can also even set yourself alarms regarding the date of that event. Either way, when you want better, you do better. You cannot just go out into the world and give nothing and then expect a lot to come unto you. Might sound like I'm preaching, and a lot of people shy away from that, but at the same time, you're going to hear this message again and again and again until you align with the things that you want out of life and who you feel like you are. So with that whole spiel and being said, we're going to revisit that question again. When it comes to you walking in a room and somebody simply asking you, who are you? What would you say? And I just want to leave that thought with everybody. One thing that I did with self-reflection to help me figure out who I was I wrote down 3 different things. And this is what I want everybody to do. Take you out a pen and a paper because you're going to need this. Write down your worst memory of you in your past. Then come back and write your future self. What do you want for your future life? What kind of life do you want to live as a total? Maybe it might be a new car, a new house, basically a vision board in written words. Write down who you used to be as far as the choices you used to make, whether they were not so good, and also who you are now. What you're going to figure out is wherever you lost that connection with yourself, which also leads back to your productivity, because you might have used to be very productive, might have used to get a lot of stuff done, and then you hit a pit, you hit a wall, something happened, and you wasn't planned for it, you didn't prepare for it. So now that hitting that wall and not being prepared for it has knocked you back a couple steps. And with that, you kind of had a stumbling block. Maybe you had a business that failed. Maybe you took a financial one. Either way it goes, life doesn't end there because you're still living, but you're still not as productive, not handling things the way you used to, whatever the case may be. So I challenge you today. Write down who you used to be, what goals you had set, what you had going on. Write down who you are today, what you have going on, and write down your future self and see how it links together towards a plan that you would like to set for yourself. So that's my actionable item. And the next episode is what is productivity. So in the meantime, while you're figuring out who you are, because you may already know who you are. But standing up in it and saying it in confidence also makes you more of who you are. So write down those 3 things, and then next episode we're going to revisit the who we are to start how productivity works for us and what it means to us. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.